Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies. On the higher time frames on the weekly and monthly chart, we do not have any big shifts. The one thing that I just would like to mention on the weekly chart, so if you'll take a look at the performance in recent 3 weeks, it definitely can't be called as a bullish. There's tight consolidation in the shape of the minor flag pattern, so it could be visible on the daily chart. We actually had talked about this. And that is mostly the sign of the possible coming downward continuation. And that's not surprising, because if you have read either gold report that we have prepared or Forex market report, there we have paid a lot of attention to current economical situation, major statistics, the performance of the Fed Reserve. And when the recent performance and the recent data that we have on the non-farm payroll release, no doubts that Fed will continue its tightening policy. So they are really strongly aimed on a rising rate in this year for 1.2%. So it's somewhere to the 4.75% somewhere in the beginning of the next year. But in a longer term perspective, it might be a bit even higher interest rate. How it will impact on the economy and the stock market is a different story. But definitely Fed start tightening. And if you'll take a look at the Fed Reserve balance sheet, you could see that finally they starting the quantitative tightening. And even on the last week, the balance had dropped for 200 billion. So this is a very big change of the balance of the Fed. This is, of course, has direct negative impact on the liquidity and the stock market in particular. With this background, it is a bit naive to expect some reversal in the Bitcoin market or in some positive dynamic. Obviously, we should be ready for another downward leg in the nearest few weeks. So actually, even this week, we should be prepared for a bumpy ride. It's just because we will get minutes, Fed protocol, CPI numbers, retail sales. Everything could really shake the boat significantly. So this performance, we're mostly watching for downward continuation in Bitcoin market. Speaking particularly on the technical patterns that we have, so if we'll take a look at the daily chart, you could see that the market was not able to complete the ABCD target rate at the border of this channel and turns down, which is seems negative. Although here actually we have the catalyst TP2, although we do not have AB equals CD leg. The CD leg is a bit smaller than it should be. But this is not hurt the context of the pattern, because for the pattern it is not necessary that AB should be equal to CD. Just need to get the some ABCD pattern where the D point is above the B point, which we have actually. And in fact, we have this type of the catalyst TP2 cell. In lower time frame, market stands in the same range, has failed to break it to the upside, and take a look at even has failed to complete as daily pattern, ABCD pattern, as this one, ABCD. So OP also has not been reached, and market hasn't reached the 618 level as well. So it turned down has happened even earlier. So some kind of the Russian risk has happened of this previous top. Market dropped down. Now it stands in the middle of the range. Logical conclusion, usually when the market performs inside of some range and it has failed to break it up, it's to conclude that market should somehow start moving to the downside, back to the lows of the same range. The final solution of this consolidation definitely will be the breakout in one or other direction. But currently we suggest this market should start performance to the downside, back to these lows. So that's why currently we are not considering taking a long position on the market. If you would like to take the scalp short, you probably could watch for some pullback on the hourly chart. In particular speaking, here we have minor head and shoulders is forming, and if market will show some ABCD retracement, we suggest that area around 1970, 1975, it might be interesting for possible considering taking the short position with a possible downward continuation inside of the range on the fall different chart. currently we could deal only with this, some minor patterns. So because as you can see on the daily chart, on the higher time frames, nothing's going on, and we're watching with and dealing with the patterns that currently is forming on the lower time frames.